Hello, I'm Sneha Koshi. The IMD has given out alerts for heavy to very heavy rainfall for 23 states across India. The worst for Himachal for now seems to be over, but the focus is now shifting to Uttarakhand and western Uttar Pradesh. Incessant rainfall and landslides in Uttarakhand claimed 5 lives, and authorities in the hill state have sounded a red alert as water level was rising in all major rivers, including the Ganga, with more heavy showers forecast in the next few days. In view of the rain forecast, Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami urged the people to avoid unnecessary movement and has requested pilgrims coming to the state to plan their journey only after getting the latest weather information to avoid inconvenience. In a tweet, he said he has directed the administration to remain on red alert. Meanwhile, the Uttarakhand Director General of Police has requested people, including tourists, to avoid travel to the state till the 13th of July.
We had the orange alert earlier, but then we were ready and we have alerted all our districts, and we have even given on social media and to ANI and to everyone that people should avoid their travel plans to hills, Char Dham and other hills. So we've almost stopped traffic to the hills.
The worst is over for Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab already has been cleared. Jammu and Kashmir also clear. Himachal Pradesh also system is improved. There is no such heavy rainfall which can create danger so far. And therefore, we have to take care of Uttarakhand and adjoining West UP, where we are expecting heavy to extremely heavy rainfall today. And Uttarakhand rainfall will continue for tomorrow. So we have to be very careful for next 2 days for Uttarakhand and West UP.
There seems to be some relief for Himachal Pradesh at least. In fact, from the reports that have emerged out of Himachal, the rain intensity or the alerts as such have reduced. And my colleague Ankit Tyagi sent us this report.
Pando Bazaar in Himachal Pradesh submerged in flash floods and a 100-year-old bridge washed away.
Pando Bridge span 288 feet, 1923.
NDTV managed to reach on the ground to bring you the aftermath.
I've come across to Pando, right on the Pando Dam. This is on the Beas River, which has in fact wreaked havoc not only in Mandi but going forward to Kullu and up to Manali. This is the dam, and you can see the ferocity, the force of the water that it is being released. All the gates of this dam are still open because upstream, the catchment area, because of the heavy rainfall that took place for 48 hours, the water is still above the danger mark.
As we reached the main Pando town, angry residents had blocked the roads. They say after 36 hours of devastating flash floods, the administration is yet to provide them any relief. Many breaking down while narrating their ordeal.
कुछ खाने नो 3 दिन हुए भूखे बैठे लो कोई नहीं पूछ रहा सानू बात नहीं पूछ रहा कोई क्या है क्या पड़े वोट लड़ तो सारे आ जाते वोट के तो देने से तो सब कुछ रुड़ गया रोटी खाने नो भी नहीं पूछना है.
As we make our way to the Pando Bazaar, we see houses after houses full of sludge and mud. People clearing the mud and the debris from their houses. Sarabjit, whose daughter was to get married in January, tears up as she shows the damage to her house because of the floods.
बुक्स वगैरह पूरे खत्म हो गए मेरे बच्चों के. बुक्स वगैरह कुछ भी नहीं रहे. पेन तक नहीं हमने उठाया अपने बच्चों का. पेन तक भी. और देखो
समय नहीं था इतना.
समय नहीं था. 7 मिनट में आया हमारे पानी. 9 फुट पानी देखो यहाँ तक आ गया हमारे. ये देखो
ये निशान दिख रहा है.
निशान दिख रहे हैं ना.
Shopkeepers in the area have been hit hard, goods totally damaged.
कितना सामान था सर ये?
हमारा तो मिनिमम इसमें 300 कट्टा इसे दालों का था, मतलब 200 कट्टा हमारा खराब हो गया।
200 कट्टा खराब हो गया?
जी जी।
पानी ऊपर तक भर गया था?
पानी तो इसके लेवल 5-4 या 5 फुट की लेवल तक ऊपर पानी आ गया था।
6 to 7 feet of sand and mud tells the story of the damage River Beas has done to Pando.
You've seen that big yellow road roller constructing roads somewhere around your city, yourself. This is that road roller that I'm standing on. It's quite high. If you remember, it's 7 to 8 feet where the driver sits. Look at that. That's the driver's seat. And why is it quite high? Why does it feel that I am this road roller and the driver's seat was on the ground level? Because the water had come till here. It had inundated this. And what is left of that is this sand, the sludge and the debris. This looks like a miniature version and I look like a giant standing next to this vehicle. This was completely buried under the water. The water had come from there and had completely gone over. In fact, it was so high that it had gone over this area. Now, what is left is this, as I was telling you with that road roller as well, the aftermath. This is completely filled with sand. So the water must have seeped inside. You will see this is completely filled with sand. This is what is left. And I don't know how much they will have to dig to take this car out, in fact, from the position that it has now found itself in. With my colleague Govind and camera person Joseph Ankityagi in Pando.
In fact, Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukkhu visited flood-affected areas to review the situation on Tuesday. Earlier during the day on Tuesday, he even conducted aerial survey of worst-affected areas. The priority is to restore power and provide clean water to establish alternate routes where roads have been washed away, is what Chief Minister has said. And in Punjab, while the focus over the last few days has been the flooding in the cities, now the administration's focus has shifted to assessing crop damage. Farmers are calculating their losses as the heavy rain over the last few days inundated fields and destroyed standing crop.
54-year-old Hari Singh, a paddy farmer in Mohali's Amlala village, counting his losses. This as his hopes of a profitable rice plantation this year now under flood water. As we wade through his inundated field, all that one can see is uprooted paddy and havoc on the fields, unleashed by the most intense July rain Punjab has seen in nearly 30 years.
पूरे साल की जितनी भी हमारी मेहनत है की हुई है तो बर्बादी है अभी, ये तो जितनी फसल है। पानी इतना ज़्यादा आ गया कि कभी इतना पानी पहले देखा नहीं हमने। अपनी 30-35 साल में पानी इतना कभी नहीं आया। कल तो यहाँ पे कुछ पता ही नहीं चल रहा था कि हम भी बचेंगे कि नहीं बचेंगे। फसल से ही घर चलता है ना, तो किसान है, हम किसान से ही ताल्लुकात हैं हमारे, इसी के साथ ही गुजारा चलता है। अगर यही खत्म होगी तो देखो फिर क्या बनता है अब।
Thousands of acres of land sown with paddy submerged, and over 150 villages on the river bank in just Mohali severely impacted, as the water level of the Ghaggar rose nearly 20 feet in the past 52 hours. Even as farmers come together to prevent the water from entering their homes, the personal loss for each is already worth lakhs of rupees.
नुकसान का कोई अंदाजा ही नहीं जी, बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान हो गया जी, बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान जी।
The administration is yet to assess the crop loss and the impact it will have on prices and subsequently supply chains.
इसकी भरपाई हमारी अर्ज तो यही है कि सरकार करे। कब करती है सरकार, वो सरकार ने देखना है। यहाँ पे और भी बड़े ऑफिसर आके देखें। यहाँ पे सारे वैसे ऑफिसर आ रहे हैं, बीडीओ साहब, एसडीएम साहब हमारे यहाँ कल भी चक्कर लगा के गए हैं। सारा कुछ ही हमारा तो जीवन अस्त व्यस्त हो गया है कल से लेके, क्योंकि ये हमारे रास्ते हैं, हमारी सड़कें टूट गई हैं। ये हमारा पुल था, इस पुल को हमारे 50 गांव उधर के 50 गांव इस साइड के कनेक्टिविटी थी हमारी।
Punjab's agriculture minister says, "We have deployed special teams and are keeping a close watch on the situation across the state. If rain continues, farmers are likely to be impacted more. We are ready with a plan of action. While we talk about the urban civic mess due to the torrential rains, the worst hit in the long run are the farmers of Punjab and Haryana. The entire fields inundated, their crop uprooted. Well, while the government has just started to take, assess the situation as far as the loss is concerned, the big question is how will these farmers cope given the fact that their entire year of hard work is now underwater. In Mohali with camera person Sushil Rathi, Vedant for NDTV.
And a setback for the central government today. The Supreme Court has said the extension of Sanjay Kumar Mishra's tenure as Enforcement Directorate Chief is illegal, but allowed him to continue till July 31st. The centre has been asked to look for a new chief for the probe agency by the court. SK Mishra's extended term violates the mandate of a judgment in 2021, according to the Supreme Court. Mr. Mishra's repeated extensions had provoked strong objections from the opposition, which accuses the government of weaponizing the Enforcement Directorate. Meanwhile, Amit Shah has tweeted saying those rejoicing over the Honourable Supreme Court's decision on the Enforcement Directorate case are delusional for various reasons. The amendments to the CVC Act, which were duly passed by the Parliament, have been upheld. Powers of the Enforcement Directorate to strike at those who are corrupt and on the wrong side of the law remain the same. Enforcement Directorate is an institution which rises beyond any one individual and is focused on achieving its core objective, that is to investigate offences of money laundering and violations of foreign exchange laws. Thus, who the ED Directorate is, that is not important, because whoever assumes his role will take note of the rampant corruption of a cozy club of entitled dynasts who have an anti-development mindset. And the GST Council has decided to impose a 28% tax on the turnover of online gaming companies, horse racing and casinos, according to Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The council has also decided to exempt cancer-fighting drugs and medicines for rare diseases from the GST pool. Also, the GST on the satellite launch services provided by private operators has been exempted. The managing director and the chief executive officer of a year-old tech company in Bengaluru were killed by a former employee who barged into their office and attacked them with a sword, according to the police. Fanindra Subramanya, the managing director, and Vinu Kumar, the CEO of the aeronautics internet company, died on the way to the hospital. The attacker, Felix, is on the run, according to the DCP Northeast Bengaluru Lakshmi Prasad. The accused had a similar business and reports say that the now murdered men were interfering in his business, an allegation. We have lots more for you, particularly a ground report from Manipur, but for now, a short break. Welcome back. After over 2 months of endless violence in Manipur, buffer zones in operation to recover illegal weapons provide some respite. But the opposing camps continue to operate out of bunkers, worried about a surprise attack that can catch them unaware. Over 140 people have been killed and over 50,000 people remain displaced in the state. NDTV's Ratnadeep Chaudhary sent us this ground report.
Two different perspectives, both looking to protect their own village and people from threat. One from a makeshift bunker in the valley in Imphal West district. The other man a few miles away in the foothills of Kankopi district. The border areas of the valley dominated by the Meitei community in Imphal East and West districts, along with Kankopi in the hills dominated by Kuki tribe, and the borders between the tribal dominated Churachandpur and Bishnupur in the valley have been worst hit by continued unrest. Over the last few weeks, incidents of large-scale violence has come down, with the security forces creating buffer zones to ensure the two communities don't come face to face. They have also seized looted illegal firearms. The buffer zones include a demarcation for the community, multiple police outposts, and regular patrolling at the most sensitive spots by army and central forces.
We have decided to implement in the ground something that, the bunker, wherever it's constructed inside the Manipur has to be destroyed, and the particular area, vulnerable area, has to be deployed, the state force and paramilitary forces.
But it is easier said than done. These 2 months of violence has left people very vulnerable. There is mistrust, and people from both communities are angry and anxious. And they don't want to let their guards down, to allow the security forces and the government to take total control. Bunkers built in villages by both communities are being destroyed. But locals on both sides are not yet ready to give up what they see as their own line of defense. Bunkers that have people armed, ready to shoot and kill. The villagers say they are meant to be defense volunteers.
Yeah, this bunker is only for the preventions and protections. Mainly the old age mothers, sisters and all these peoples are worried about the war. That's why we need to make the bunker again and to protect our civilians.
Actually, we don't want to take off all the bunker.
Yes.
Because now we in the bunker. But if there is all the bunker were taken out, so how can we take our responsibility to guard our village? There is no way.
In the border villages in the valley, locals led by the women vigilante groups are holding meetings to review security.
State force ka aduga BSF kambuga laaga adaidida security ju matik chana PB de moi na thugarga security PB do be ningdana khoi de harau yaduna thugai gare adu bunga si bogda akoi BDF nipan kha security ne na PB basidagi hena akoi security atopa PD adu bo akoi anauba bunker ahum khakti chagachare.
In the hills, the tribal leadership has outrightly rejected the operations to dismantle village bunkers.
We do not recommend the removal of bunker as of now unless strong security forces are deployed in the boundary areas.
Both sides want peace, but till killings stop and trust grows, Manipur continues to simmer. With BM Sanju in Imphal, in Guwahati, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.